there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion for day 13 of the Senate's hearing on the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. We observed for this afternoon session that there was again a call for stipulation of documents. Attorney Chris,
yes.
Can we explain, or can you kindly explain to our audience again the importance ulit in terms of why this is necessary?
Yes.
And are there alternatives to doing the stipulation of the documents
Yes.
outside of the
Okay.
primary hearings?
Okay. So, eto mga kaibigan, Mike, yung mga dokumento na kabilang sa magiging testimonya ni Ms. Zailin Del Campo ay umaabot ng 4,492 documents. 4,492 documents. Ito yung mga liquidation documents, mga acknowledgement receipts na isinumite ng Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education patungkol doon sa kabuuan na 612.5 million na confidential funds. Ngayon mga kaibigan, nabanggit natin na nagpo-propose ng stipulation si Attorney Kapunan. Itong stipulation or agreement nila ay may kinalaman sa authenticity ng documents. Kasi mga kaibigan, maalala nyo, ang testigo pwede niyang ipaliwanag o bigyan ng konteksto yung dokumento na yan, pero bago yan tanggapin, i-absorb or bago mabigyan niya ng timbang as evidence ng impeachment tribunal, kailangan na mapatunayan na ang document na yan ay authentic, genuine or duly executed. Mga kaibigan, maalala nyo, meron tayong rules sa pagdating sa mga voluminous documents, pwedeng mag-rely on summaries or tabulation. Pinag-usapan na natin yan kanina. Pero it does not dispense with the necessity of authenticating.
Okay.
Okay. For the witness to be able to authenticate it, the witness has to see the document, identify one by one, and tell the court, tell the public, this is authentic, this is authentic, that is authentic. 4,492 documents. So, it's true, pwedeng mag-tabulate, pwedeng mag-summarize, pero yung authenticity, the witness still has to identify that. Kanina, kaya nga napansin nyo kanina, kinwestiyon noong abogada ng depensa yung pag-flip lamang ng pahina ni Ms. Zailin Del Campo ng mga dokumento. Sinasabi niya, parang hindi naman niya tinitignan ko, yan talaga yung nasa kanyang tabulation. Parang hindi minanifest. Kaya naman, ang ginawa na lang ni Attorney Kapunan, nag-suggest na lang siya ng stipulation. Ngayon, kailangan ba dapat gawin yan out of court or during the formal proceedings na napapanood natin kagaya ng ganito?
Yes.
Pwede naman yan gawin during the formal proceedings, pero ang concern nga lang doon ng ating presiding officer,
marami.
Talagang mauubos oras natin dyan. At saka, kanina lang medyo may bahagi ho na kanina talagang aantukin ka lalo kung ganitong tanghaling tapat, aantukin ka talaga. So, minabuti na lamang ng presiding officer na yung pag-stipulate i-gawin sa bukas hanggang, kung di ako nagkakamali, bukas at saka Friday. Ito yung nabanggit natin, Mike, before, na kung ito sana ay ginawa nila during the pre-trial conference,
yes,
mas napabilis sana, oo. Kaya maalala mo, sinabi ni Presiding Officer Chis Escudero, noong nag-pre-trial, kung saan ginaganap yung pre-marking or stipulation, hindi pa siya ang naitatalaga o nahalal na presiding officer.
Correct.
Anong relevance nun sa nabanggit natin about pre-trial? Yes. Kung nasa pre-trial ay nandoon na ang presiding officer, pwede niyang manduhan Pwede niya mando. Kagaya ng ginawa niya ngayon.
Yes.
Pwede niya mandahan, itong parties na to, mag-set kayo ng separate time, tignan nyo isa-isa yung document. Ngayon,
Okay.
let's not confuse the presiding officer or the Senate Impeachment Court. They are not compelling the defense to agree to stipulate. What they are ordering is that there would be a separate time and place for the prosecution and for the defense to check if they can stipulate or not on the authenticity of those 4,492 documents. If they're going to do that in open court, even with the coverage like this, aantukin talaga tayo. So, hiniwalay na lang. Ngayon lang naganap yan dahil nga, ulit, ngayon na lamang naging presiding officer si Senator Cheese.
Yes.
At wala hong authority, wala hong kakayahan, mga kaibigan, ang clerk of court o kaya ang secretariat ng Senado upang i-compel yung mga parties. Ang authority na yan ay nagmumula sa Senate Impeachment Court na in this case ay itinalaga kay presiding officer Cheese Escudero. Apart from the 4,492, Attorney Kapunan also mentioned that the subject of the stipulation would also be the 6 purported summaries prepared by COA Officer Silene Del Campo. Ito na. It's taking a toll na. Yung pagiging document heavy ng Article 1, ito na po yun, mga kaibigan. Ito na yun. Naniningil na.
Let me add this other item lang to this part of the discussion. No? Nabanggit din kasi ni, if I recall correctly, si Atty. Kapunan kanina, with regard to the stipulation of documents, it's not just a simple matter of looking at one document versus another document with regard to what passed through the markings, diba? The pre-trial markings of evidence. Binanggit niya pati yung signatures na some of the documents, 3 signatures yun.
Correct.
And
Correct.
when we were discussing off-air earlier, no,
Yes.
before nung lunch break, na there will be witnesses presented later on by the prosecution who are forensic experts on handwriting or the signatures.
Yes.
So, possible ba yun na aside from this next part of the impeachment trial, now once they have agreed on the stipulation, na babalikan ulit later yan under naman ng pag-examine nila dun sa may witness who is a
It's
forensic
possible.
handwriting
It's
expert.
possible. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Kasi Mike, diba, for example, you're asking about the acknowledgement receipt for
Yes.
na there's that person.
Yes.
We don't know if it's a code name. We don't know that that person even exists. Yan,
Or even not even the aside from yung acknowledgement receipts.
And the other
what about
forms?
documents that are
other
filled out
forms.
inside by
Yes.
supposed authorized agents within the side of the
Yes.
government? Diba na nag-release sila o nag-approve sila?
Yun yung sinasabi ng presiding officer kanina na mag-set tayo ng separate date and time for that. You examine, you go over the documents, and then you stipulate if you can stipulate without forcing them. No? If you can stipulate, then stipulate. If not, then fine, you move to the next document.
Okay.
So, they might stipulate whether the document is original, whether the document is certified through copy, or whether it's authentic, then good. Pero if there are issues like whether that signature was genuine, they can still trash that out during the trial. Pero whether the document where you will find that signature is original, whether the document is authentic, they can't stipulate. They can't stipulate. Pero yun na nga, mga kaibigan, nabanggit na rin natin ito, at this stage of the proceeding, kung hindi willing ang depensa to agree, at hindi mo siya mapipilit. Halimbawa, nakita naman niya na, malay ko ba kung sino pumirma dyan, malay ko ba na original yan? Hindi na namin nakita yan simula nung sinabit sa COA. Kayo na nag-usap ng Congress niyan eh.
Yes.
Hindi na namin alam yan. Hindi namin ma-stipulate yan. Hindi natin sila mapipilit na mag-stipulate. Pero may authority ang impeachment court to convene the prosecution and the defense. To convene para titignan nila, pwede bang stipulate to o hindi. For them to convene and to check if they can stipulate or not. But as to whether they should stipulate, in a particular on a particular document, hindi pwedeng pilitin ang depensa. Kaya nga 'di ba, yun yung sinasabi ng abogado ng defense na they cannot commit, they will appear during the conference, but they cannot commit that they would stipulate to all the documents that they will be presenting. And I've been kino-compute ko, Mike, it's 4,492 documents, mga kaibigan. Idagdag mo dyan yung 6 na summaries, so 4,498, no? At ilang araw ang ibinigay sa kanila ng impeachment court para silipin yan. Kung di ako nagkakamali, Huwebes at Biyernes. Ipagpalagay ho natin, mga kaibigan, Mike, na pati Sabado, Linggo, idadagdag nila yan. Dahil magtutuloy ang hearing natin sa Lunes, August 10. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yung 4,492, assume na 8 oras sila sa isang araw mag-stipulate. They will have to examine more or less 2 documents per minute. Assuming that they're working for 8 hours for 4 days, each day, 4 days, that's 2 documents more or less per minute. Documents, we're not speaking of pages.
Correct.
So paano kung, and mga documents, may mga signatures yan. So time and motion study, mukhang hindi yan. Eto pa, paano kung Biyernes, Huwebes yan, na tig 8 oras lamang silang gagawa. O compute mo yan, 5 dokumento more or less, mga kaibigan, kada minuto. Kung 8 oras silang
It seems almost impossible, no? Just because of, again, the volume of documents. Which is, as you and I discussed earlier, it's expected because etong part na to in terms of tackling Article 1, it really has been expected to be document heavy. Pero matanong ko lang, Attorney Chris, etong sinatan nila yung dates para to see if it can be stipulated, documents can be stipulated or not. Sino yung kailangan na nandun habang nag-uusap habang nagdi-discuss ang prosecution and defense in terms of representing the senator judges?
I think it's inatasan na yan kanina ng presiding officer that the clerk of court of the impeachment court or the secretariat of the Senate would be there.
Okay.
Not to preside, but to facilitate the stipulations, to facilitate. So sila rin yung magkikip ng minutes, no? They will keep minutes and then they would record what documents were stipulated, what documents were declined to be stipulated. Yun. So nandoon yan. And then both prosecution and defense will be there. Now going back to the computation of 2 documents per minute, I think they'd probably divide the labor. Siguro mag-aatas sila, mag-a-assign sila ng mga 5 o 4 siguro na abogado bawat panig to make the individual stipulations. So sabay-sabay siguro. Otherwise, mukhang hindi nila matatapos talaga yan ng 2 araw. So yun mo, mga kaibigan. Tapos kanina napakinggan din natin na mga kaibigan na nag-rule si Senator Chis Escudero as presiding officer on the Las Cañas statement yata, no? So parang
bumalik na naman tayo doon sa mention of the Las Cañas na statement which was not notarized. And the signature was not an actual wet signature.
And he wasn't presented as a witness.
Correct.
Yes. So parang hindi mo yata pinayagan yan kanina sapagkat hindi naman siya nag-testify, no? So hindi mo pinayagan mag-mark. Pero ganun pa man, mga kaibigan, na it's yung pagkakabanggit ng statement ni Mr. Las Cañas, nandun na yan sa testimonya ni Director Matibag at hindi ho maikakaila, yan ho ay isa sa mga per testimony of Director Matibag, yan ho ay isa sa mga ikinonsider na kanyang investigation. Pero ganun pa man, hindi ho pwedeng itanggapin ng impeachment court yung truthfulness ng statements na yan sapagkat hindi siya nakapag-testify. Pangalawa, hindi rin ho notaryado. At pangatlo, hindi ho authenticated din yung written na salaysay na yan. So in the meantime, yung mga kaibigan Mike, yung susunod ho nating testigo na si Miss Eileen Del Campo, pinatawag siya ulit sa Lunes.
Deferred muna siya, no?
Tutuloy niya yan. Tapos after ho ni Miss Eileen Del Campo, si Miss Pareja from Congress at si Miss Acosta, Disbursement Officer ng Office of the Vice President, and Mr. Fajarda, Disbursement Officer ng DepEd sa August 10, August 11, August 12. Yun lang po muna mga kaibigan. So 4,492 documents. Documents heavy.
Yes.
Ayon sa bolang kristal, ayan, lumabas na nga. Heavy talaga. Document heavy ang ating Article 1. So sana matapos po mga kaibigan ng prosecution at ng defense yung kanilang pag-examine or pag-stipulate doon sa mga 4,000 mahigit na dokumento na yan. Not pages,
Not pages,
documents.
Documents.
Yan.
Some documents can be a few pages, others can be
Exactly.
very thick.
Oo.
Yes.
Yun
Well,
po.
with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for staying with us and watching the live coverage with our commentaries for the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. Again, I'm Michael Ang with Attorney Chris Gargantel. We will see you next Monday for the continuation of the impeachment trial of the Vice President. Thank you very much for joining us.